online platforms. You're welcome, Captain. Okay. You go.
I should start?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Callistus by AIT. Uh, my question for Musa would be, have you settled if there is any gray areas with the NFL as regard your allowance? Hold any allowance going to the Nations Cup that will likely serve as a distraction to the team?
Yeah, thank you very much. And number one, most of us have just come into the country, and we are not yet complete. So I think we'll have a meeting this evening because we are waiting for everyone to come together because before we can stick to what we want. What and regarding the bonus, I think they are just owing us two games now. I think yeah, 2 games. So there is no any outstanding after these 2 games. I'm sure games. So I think that is what. But this evening we're gonna have a meeting with the coach and then maybe the officials from the NFL so that we know what's the step forward.
Captain. Okay, sorry, my name is Remy Sulola. I'm a reporter with the Cable, an online newspaper. Being one of the 2 players that won the AFCON before, that is you and Kevin, I think. How do you see this team? I mean, heading into Cameroon, are you guys prepared? Do you think with this present squad, you guys are ready to win the first AFCON?
Yeah, definitely. In each tournament, you will see there is some new players, but I don't think there is any new player that is not with us since from day one. So we have been together, we know each other. It's just a little bit of something that the coach have to add in the team. So for me, saying that are we ready? I think we are ready because we have played a lot of matches together. So it's just like I say, in everything you will just see new boys, 1 or 2. So I don't think that is another any problem in the team. So we are 100% ready. Thank God we have everyone in the team now.
To win the first title.
Inshallah, we are going to Cameroon. We are not going there to see the beauty of the country. We are going there because I think the last game in the qualifiers that we have against Benin, we talked to ourselves, we are not just qualifying to the AFCON, we are qualifying to the AFCON to come back with the trophy. Because I remember back then, like you said, 2 of us in the team. It's a very good reception to see coming back to Nigeria with the happiness, winning that trophy that is going to add. As a situation that we have in our country, that winning this AFCON will make our country one of the happiest, happiest, I would say, country that. And inshallah, with the boys that we have, we can do it.
All right, so we'll go straight to our online platform to take questions for the next 3-4 minutes before we get here. Now, this says for the captain, if as in the past, that's Keshi 94, Yobo in 2013, you don't get to play all the time during the tournament, how supportive would you be? And do you think Eagles have what it takes to win it?
Yeah, everybody that knows me, know that even though when we qualified to the World Cup in Russia, most of the game I didn't play, but if you see me on the bench, you think like I'm the one playing all the game. So it's just to back up the team, no matter who is playing, just support them. We can win. We win as a family, not individual. So for me, no matter how, if I'm playing or I'm not playing, it doesn't bother me. I know that I'm part of the team, and with my support, we can go everywhere.
Okay, and this one from Cornelia says, your first competitive match was under Coach Augustine. What is the most important thing you remember from the time about the coach that will help the team win?
Yeah, my first game in the Super Eagles is from the chief coach. I really appreciate because I think the second game is against Guinea in Conakry. Yeah, against Guinea in Conakry, and then I came in the second half. It was fantastic. So he believed in me. He know what I can do, and inshallah, going to the Nation Cup with him again, I know that we are coming back with. I know what Nigeria expects. They are not backing the team, but what I'm going to say to them that we're going to prove them wrong and we'll make them happy, inshallah. And they should just keep on praying for the team, and I know that we can do it.
Okay, so we take two more questions in here for Ahmed Musa and then we leave. Nathaniel.
Good afternoon. My name is Bobby Nathaniel from Villa Media. Now, in the build-up to the 2018 World Cup, we had a large chunk of players who were going to major tournaments for the first time. 2019 AFCON was the same. A lot of players having their first African football experience. Now it is 2021, and that experience has been garnered over the last two major tournaments. What role will experience play for you and the rest of the team going to Cameroon?
Yeah, a lot. Experience is going to help us a lot. As you can see, in Egypt, we have only two players that have been in the AFCON, me, Kenneth Omero, and then we finish at the top position. And with that experience that we have, we know how African football is, not one country's African football. You have to keep that fantastic football at home. You just have to go all out. And with the experience that we have in Egypt, I know that we're going to do what everyone is expecting us to do.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Pius Iloko. I work with Cool FM, Wazoo FM, and Nigeria Info. I don't know if I can direct my question to Echo.
No.
Okay, fine. Well, the question is actually from his department. Mohamed Salah obviously is the most dreaded striker in the EPL and the world at large as it stands. Now, you guys will have to be on your toes for 90 minutes. I mean, Salah definitely will test you guys to the fullest. What are you guys doing to ensure that there will be no bleed? You'll be on your toes for 90 minutes to be able to curb or curb whatever threats he will pose at you?
Definitely, I know everybody will be talking about Salah, but if you look at our own side, we have a lot of players that they will be worried about. So definitely, we don't have to think about Salah. They have to think about our own players. They don't know. They only talk about Salah, but we have crazy a lot of players from the wing that they are more dangerous. So they are own defenders too. They'll be thinking about us. So definitely, that is football. With Salah, yeah, everybody's gonna talk, but at the end of the game, we see we're gonna take the game.
All right, well, thank you very much. End of the session for Captain Ahmed Musa. Thank you so much. We wish you the very best of luck. Okay, please, can we bring down the height of the mics? The height of the mics. How we reduce it? It's affecting because of this condition.
Okay. Or should I end like this?
Okay. Sorry, sir. All right, so we now have the vice captain, William Trus Ekong, right here. Vice Captain William Trus Ekong is right here. Trus Ekong, you're welcome. The official press conference as we leave tomorrow for Cameroon. So we can take questions from in here right now, basically in here. So,
all right, yeah, Ekong. What has the spirit been like on the camp here since we resumed the camp? How's the spirit been like? And then one thing that most Nigerians are asking is, looking at the team we're content with in Group D, what of assurance would you like to give to Nigerians as to the success in the group?
Yeah, so I arrived this morning in camp. Most of the players who arrived from England, we all worked together today. So yeah, the boys seem in great spirits. It's always nice to come here. It's like coming home. Yeah, special memories also about you being in this hotel in Abuja many years ago. I came here for the first time with the team, so yeah, it's very nice to come back here. And the spirit's very high. The training's been good. The boys have been working very hard. I think credit to the coach as well. He's started the camp off well, with not all the players, but everyone has been working very hard from my understanding. So yeah, we were very happy about that and looking forward to our first session today. And about the group, I think the one thing in football, there's no assurances. I think the only thing that we can promise is that we're gonna, put a performance on that we deserve to give in this jersey, and I think that'll be enough for us to qualify for the group. But other than that, we can't say anything about the games to come. We'll just take it game by game. But yeah, I'm very confident with the players that we've got here, and under our leadership, that we'll do well.
Okay, Ferdinand.
Yeah, Mr. Bruce. Well, first things first, congratulations thus far on the progression. And now this is about the first major competition in Africa during the pandemic. And we know you're coming from the EPL, where we see the arrangements have actually been very strenuous. There have been lots of talks also about the African Cup of Nations, disrespect and some people not showing enough respect for the competition. Now tell us exactly, perspective coming to this African Cup of Nations. You've played in it before. Well, what are you expecting to see during this pandemic? Do you think it's going to be a challenge for Africa, or perhaps you think it is something that Africa can indeed handle? Are you scared in any way?
Yeah, I think this is a difficult time for everybody, not just for football. I think it's a challenging time in any walk of life. So yeah, I'm very happy and grateful that we're still here today, because in the last few weeks there was a lot of question marks about if we could play the tournament. But we're very happy that we clarified all of that. So, and the difference is going to be also with the fans, the people allowed to travel to come and watch us play. I think for us on the pitch won't change anything. We'll still be working in the same way. Everyone in here, this is going to be our bubble, and I think all the players here, we've been tested so much, so yeah, we're not really worried about it. Myself and some other players have COVID as well in the recent weeks, so yeah, I think we're going to be free of COVID for a little while because of the antibodies, so we're not worried about that. We're all very young, fit, healthy, and yeah, we just focus on the tournament now, and I think that COVID is just part of life in general, so it's nothing new for us at the moment in time.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Earlier on, Captain Ahmed Musa said that this is a team that's very familiar with one another. We were missing the striker who propelled us in the African Cup of Nations in Victor Osimhen. How much faith do you have in the Super Eagles' ability to score goals at AFCON in his absence?
Yeah, a lot. I think luckily we have many players here that scored goals for their club that are formed. And I think that's the beauty about tournament football, is that there's always new players that will stand up and show themselves. Last AFCON, Victor only played, I think, in the very last game. And nobody really spoke about Victor, everyone spoke about Gallo. And this tournament, I'm sure there'll be new players that are standing up as well to fill those shoes. Of course, we're going to miss Victor very much. He's probably one of the hottest strikers in the world right now. But yeah, we can't put any pressure on any other players. And we can't feel bad for feel bad for Victor for not being here, because he tried his maximum to be here. I know that he struggled with his injury, but it's unfortunate he's not here. But yeah, all the boys that are here with us in the camp and the squad are going to have to fill that void, and I'm very confident that we're going to have players to do that.
Correct. My name is Jonathan Ahmed from Radio Nigeria. Before today, Coach Ibrahim has spoken about his approach to the competition, despite not putting in enough time as regards friendly matches. We hear there could be one. But how confident are this group of players, despite not having enough games together as a unit?
Yeah, that's I think the most difficult thing about it, because the last AFCON we had a little bit more time to prepare. The good thing is that all the players are coming off playing for their club side. I think most of us have played maybe in the last 2 days, 3 days, so everyone should be fit who's there. Well, of course, in the next week before we play our first game, we understanding what the coach expects for us, understanding what he wants us to do. All of us are at a certain level. We're used to working on the coaches. Like I said, Musa really worked on the coach before, so understand what he wants from us. So that's just going to be the fine tuning of the last details. All of us are fit and ready. It will be the understanding of the tactics and what was expected.
Okay, so we take one more before our next time.
Well, truth. For a very long time, we've had a solid pairing on the wall in defense. We refer to as the over, and it's Truth and Leon Balogun. But for circumstances beyond his control, he will not be going to the Nations Cup. If you are selected, to be in the heart of the defense, will it be a challenge, playing in that line with a new person, or a new teammate without a new? How much of Balogun will be missed?
Yeah, listen, all the players that dropped out now through injury, like Victor, through different circumstances, not be able to come. Leon, we're all going to miss them very much. They're great players. They played very well for Nigeria in the last years. But I think the last AFCON was probably a great example of that as well. I think Kenneth and I probably played together most throughout the tournament. And we went very far. Abazin is doing very well in this club as well. He's played very well. So it's going to be great competition for the spots. It doesn't belong to anyone. Doesn't belong to Leon. Doesn't belong to me. So we're going to be fighting to play there. And yeah, I have confidence in all the players. I think everyone has played a great tournament. And so I don't think it'll be an issue about the centre-back there.
All right, good. Thank you very much. Thanks so much, William.
Thank you very much.
The vice captain of the team. All the best. All right, so at this point in time, we have the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I'm talking about Coach Augustine Egbagbo. We'll be taking most questions from our online platform and just 3 questions from here, because we have loads of questions here. So we'll balance it up from there. I'll shoot with this from the online platform right now. This says, first of all, good afternoon. Afternoon, sir. Yeah. How are you today? Okay. Why so many late arrivals to come? What is the explanation for the general late arrivals? Bundesliga was the first 1 break. We are still awaiting for new Collins. Why? People join that is not released by our Shabbat.
Well, players play for rival in camp. We know they all involved in a different league. Jamil Collins, yes, something beyond what we can handle, if you know what I mean, but it should be arriving tomorrow.
Okay, and what's your dad?
What do you know, yeah, we're still on it. I talked to last night. And myself and Gerard, we are still about an hour ago. And if I can stay that now, if nothing happens, we don't have a positive news by 5 p.m.
Any choice in mind for the business?
No, I won't tell you that.
All right, let's take questions from them.
Yeah, so I'd like to find out, once again, my name is Emperor Simon from Channel Stadium. Would like to know what will be the satisfactory target for you as a coach in Cameroon?
It's to win the trophy, but nobody knows tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen the next minute. Like True said, with game after game. There's no team that's going to the African Cup of Nations who's going to be able to just see the beauty of Cameroon and keep us safe. Yes, we are going there to fight and leadership.
Okay. Yeah. Most Nigerians are concerned. My name is Pius once again. Most Nigerians are concerned about Egypt's opponents. Of course, that's where Nigeria will begin her campaign in Cameroon. But how much of Guinea-Bissau and Sudan do you know as a coach as we get to Cameroon?
Not much, but we'll do everything possible to have more tips. We've got some. We studied because there are no underdogs or minors when it comes to football these days. So that's very, very good. They got pushovers as well, but we have to approach everything with all seriousness.
All right.
Welcome, Coach, once again. Nathaniel Gordon from Villa Media. One area the Eagles have really tried to get good quality has got to be the creative role in the team. Lots of options have been tried in the past. Have you seen the boys enough to make a selection decision? And how would you try to tweak things up to have the boys play between the lines quite nicely and efficiently, creating chances?
Not a good question. So the fact is, yes, creative where the midfield has been lacking seriously. Of late, we found a cheater who fit that role, but if it's not working, we might have to just do what? Change our style of football. Because we don't look like base all our effort or confidence in only one player. It's a teamwork, 11 has to attack, the people have to defend. So whereby, take for example, we played out the game, we must have other options. So we will try to be flexible in the way we play.
All right. We can go straight to other questions on the online platform. This is okay from Madini. He says the timing of the appointments in December will naturally mean there's a big challenge to get the team to adapt quickly to your style. Number of withdrawals. Does the situation now raise your expectation to go far in the tournament or reduces the pressure to win? So you say, are you going to take advantage of the situation to give excuses?
No, of course not. Of course not. You know, as technical director of the Nigerian Football Federation, when there's a vacuum, it's expected to have to fill the gap. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. And that's not to say that if the team doesn't do well, it's going to be an excuse because people are withdrawing. No, not at all. We have a whole lot of talented players, less players all over the country. I think we've selected the best 28 and probably missed out on some. And we apologize for that, for the fact that we can't have everybody on the list. It's not going to be any excuse. The boys that have been selected will be doing some soul searching and then discussing together. So it's going to be a team bonding. And they know where we are now, they know where we'll be at the end of the afternoon.
Okay. What will the present crop of players in camp heading to the AFCON in Cameroon do differently from the team that won bronze in 2006 under your watch?
It's another tricky one, but I think having come here representing Nigeria, give the opportunity, I think you just have to get advantage. So we're trying, we're working hard to make sure we're taking game after game and trying to see how we can go all the way.
Okay.
Well, Coach, when Osimhen was finally ruled out of not going to the Nations Cup, you made an announcement bringing in if I'm correct. Malaika.
Okay. This is coming from Falabi Oni. Says, what is your reaction to the NFF decision rendering the outcome of the 2022 AFCON inconsequential while naming a new handler for the team? If you win the Nations Cup, will that be okay? Talked about Bob. He's asking, naming a new handler while you're in charge.
I am an employee of the Nigerian Football Federation, capacity of technical director of the technical department. And we all knew, or I know, that sooner or later the coach will come on board. And we've been discussing that. I've not been left out in the discussion. So naming a new coach is not surprising to me. If we do win the African Cup of Nations, I have my office to go back to. If we don't win it, I have my office to go back to. But it's a big challenge, and I think the authorities or my bosses who have entrusted me and then say, listen, we have to do this job until the next person comes on board. I think we will do everything to see not to disappoint me. I'm not really bothered with all of my heart. No.
All right.
Khalid Ahmed, AIT News. As one of my brother just said, Victor Osimhen is out of the team. The big question now is, with Algeria Gambler's club playing tough, who exactly do you see spearheading the attack for the Super Eagles in Cameroon?
Hopefully Algeria comes. If he doesn't come, it's a bit of a worry. We see the result, it's also a bit of a worry. And we have Awoni, we have Olaika, we have Frankie Foster to play the first line. We have Bishop, we have Chidera who can also come from behind and fill the role. So we might just have to adjust to the system of play.
But coach, when we face Egypt, you have a striker in mind to start that game.
I might not play with this striker, I might play with this striker.
All right. Okay, we take one more question here and then the rest online so that we can wrap up this session. We have a training at 5.
Oh, okay, yeah. A lot of people are also asking questions. What influenced the decision of the players who were called in to replace the likes of Osimhen, Dennis, and the others? Okay, Olainka, for instance, replaced between Osimhen and Dennis. And then we also have, definitely replaced. So, checking the stats, some are saying Olainka scored 4 goals, 2 assists this season. And then we also have there's as well outnumbered the number of goals he scored. And then there's Mao King, who has scored 29 or 9 goals in 29 appearances. Why didn't you give them the opportunity to be part of this team rather than only do and like?
If you look at position to position, you cannot tell that I'm always an out and out. Osimhen is out, Olaika is more expensive to field. There's a president of Mali. You know, I have watched Olaika when I was in Slovenia in the Champions League game against Inter. I haven't watched this closely. So because of the time factor, also I decided to stay or stick that I know that are close together. You know, somebody asked a question, and I apologize to people who are missing out. Amal, yes, definitely very good. Onyekuru came in because Dennis is out. And Onyekuru has always been around with the team. Dennis has not always been around with the team. Olaika was named in 40-man list. And I didn't want to go outside the 40-man list. And there was a footnote I put on the final list, like, apologies, if there's an opening, definitely. Hopefully, or not hopefully, if anything happens between now and 5 p.m., like I said earlier, maybe one of them will be drafted. Apologies to people who are not here, but the ones that are here right now, I'm sure they will find a really good job.
Okay, so just 2 more, and then we'll take this. In one of the interviews, you said it's a privilege and not a right to play for the country. Do you think your squad understands this? And these are valuable.
They do. You know, as of yesterday, we had about 14, 15 players. This afternoon, we'll be having 23, 24. Our first official meeting will be tonight or tomorrow. And that's where we will address everyone to see how we go, tell them how we want to work, not just how to play. I think they do, and they will keep the pace.
One final one. Why did you not consider more home-based in your squad?
Yes, a lot of regrets, because I've always been an advocate of home-based players. And when I was announced to be the coach of this team, and the final list was going to be submitted on the 29th of December. And our league started when? 17th, 18th? Good. Let Keshi, may so rest in peace, had a couple of home-based in this team. They had a whole lot of games within and outside the country. And if I take like 2 or 3 of home-based players, I know that I'm capable of playing right now. And there is no friend to do anything. It might backfire. You know, actually, I wanted to bring about 6 of them in here, but they are not in the 40-man list. So how do you just bring them in here and ask them to go home? We actually had a conversation on the phone, but I think to just leave it like that, I think it's better for me. Regrets, but there was no serious time. If it was time to bring them in and then play 2 or 3 friendly games, I would have done it.
All right, one final one.
Coach, so far so good. Has the NFL made your job easy for you? Made it easy for me how? No hotel. It was drug buses there. Good food. The only challenge or problem was the players late arrival. We know of which we know. And we're flying out tomorrow. So far, I think it's been okay, sir.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. Officially, this is the final press conference, and we'll be training today. And the training will be open to the media. Please come with your vaccination cards. After the training, 15 minutes afterwards, all access to the players to show distance. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. All right, sir. All right. So, okay, so, yeah.